Hey, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. So last week, all we do on Mondays is go through last week's figures. Was it a good week? No, it wasn't. It was a bloody disastrous week, and we're going to get into it all here. By the way, if you haven't signed up to my newsletter, mrselfstorage.com, go over there, put your email address in, and every single day, we will be showing you behind the curtains of my business. The reports, everything. Where I've got my fitness journey as well, letting you know how many steps I do. I don't know why it just keeps me accountable, I guess. And hopefully, if it motivates one person to move more, then that'll make a big difference to me. We also have industry news. I can't wait for tomorrow's episode. It's going to come out before 9 o'clock every single morning now. Tomorrow's episode, we also have industry news about different things I've seen in the industry, because I spend an ungodly amount of time researching self-storage. I love the industry, and I share with you maybe 3 takeaways that I found. Tomorrow, there's been a massive acquisition in America. We're talking billions of pounds here. And so I've only been alerted to it after today's newsletter got sent out. Otherwise, I might have mentioned it. But on Mondays, what we do on Mondays is we go from our week in numbers, tell you exactly what the self-storage sites have been doing, how well it's been going, etc. So yeah, it's literally my business naked. My business. God, this microphone just bloody stays still. There we go. Yeah, it's my business naked for all to see. And yeah, mrselfstorage.com. Put your details in there. And like I said, we go through absolutely everything. Hopefully it's enjoyable, and I don't leave anything, hidden, apart from customers' details, because obviously I can't do that. And also money in the bank. For some reason, I just feel a bit uncomfortable sharing money in the bank. Probably because you'll see how ass to the seat and bum I am riding, because it is. Cash flow is always tight for me. And as a business owner, I know that we're not doing the correct thing with cash flow all the time, because it's harder to grow if you do the correct thing. And so I'm just reinvesting in new sites and all sorts of stuff all the time. And so, yeah, maybe that's probably why I don't want to share it, because it isn't, I don't know, I take more risks than the normal business owner, let's say. Right, okay, so we're talking about the figures for Willerby last week. As I try, if you'd have thought that I would have had the figures all up and running, wouldn't you? But I don't. Here we go, I found them, right? So last week's quotes, what we've done now, we've got 20 quotes last week, which you'll see that is more than previous weeks. And the reason we've done that is now we're hiding the quotes behind a firewall, an information wall. So to get the quote now, to get a price, you need to put your details in, so they count as quotes. Before, you could just see exactly the quotes we're getting. You could see the prices, sorry. So therefore, the quotes, it was different. We was getting less quotes, but a higher rate of conversions, because obviously the biggest objection. So I was reading an email that's just come through. The biggest objection is location and price. And so them two have already been sorted once they've got in contact with us, because another location, another price. And so you get a higher conversion rate. So we're trying it now, hiding our prices behind an information wall. So then we can talk to the customer and we can tell them exactly why we're better than other self-storages, because we are without doubt the best storage in Hull. There is no doubt about that. Sorry, anybody listening in Hull, but we're better than you. Many a true word is said in jest. I actually mean it. We are the best. We are the best because we got no key technology. Nobody else has got no key technology. Right, get on with it. Right, amount of quotes, 20 quotes last week, 2.86 quotes per day. Number of reservations, 11 reservations. So it's a 50% conversion rate. Obviously, we only started it on I think a third of a month, we started hiding prices again. So the conversion rate this week, it's some of showing prices and some of not showing prices. So it's amalgamation of the two different ways of doing things. And so therefore, don't listen into anything to do with the amount of quotes to reservations, because it's all over the place. For this week, we'll start seeing more next week. Number of forward move-ins. So 3 out of the 11 did forward move-ins. Number of square foot moved in was 7. So, seven move-ins last week. So that's a conversion rate of 35%. Again, from quotes to move-ins. Again, don't read anything into it because it doesn't really matter. Number of square foot moved in, 635. Not good. It gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about that. Do you know what? Clough Road's doing okay. Beverley's doing okay. It's just Willerby. But it so happens that Willerby, I was talking to wife this morning, Willerby happens to be the one, my cash cow. It happens to be the biggest one, the one that allows me to expand. And so all of a sudden, if we lose square footage there and lose revenue, it's a big impact. If we lose square footage at Clough Road, because it's a smaller site, it's not do or die. where Willerby could be. Obviously, we've got Wrexham, by the way. I'll do a podcast all about Wrexham this next week as well. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday I'll do a podcast about Wrexham. Really, really excited there. But there's a lot of money to spend, a lot of organisation. But that's the reason we got it cheap, because it's an underperforming self-storage. I've got to be careful with my words because I don't want to upset anybody, but it is underperforming. And to make it perform where we want it to, there's going to be a lot. You've got to break eggs to make an omelette. You've got to spend money to make money as well. So there's a lot of things like that we've got to start doing. So a lot of investments there, but it will net six figures a year, will this site, comfortably. And at the minute, it's not doing that at all. So yeah, we'll get into all the figures for you guys on Wednesday. So I've been asked numerous times to do that. We've done a deep dive into it on my newsletter already, but I'll do more on Wednesday for the newsletter. Not for the newsletter. I've got a newsletter on my mind for the podcast. Right. So amount of times the van was rented out. It was rented out 5 times. We had 1 extra move in. So total square foot moved in was 685. Where did the quotes come from? It's a bit hard to see at the minute. Most 25% came from Google, but because we were showing prices, we don't always find out where the quotes are coming from. So we'll have more data on that in this next week. Interestingly though, what we're testing now is when I do a quote for self-storage for other sites, what annoys me is that I've got to put in more information. The more information I put in, the less likely I am to complete the information to get the price. I just think, oh, fuck it. Do you know what? I won't bother. And so we've just started now, instead of finding out exactly when they want it for how long, all this information, you don't need that. You need simply name, email address, telephone number. That is it. The 3 things. Don't overcomplicate things. Simplify things. And I did a podcast on Friday about this, but I recorded it twice and the audio didn't work twice. So we had the problems with the audio on Friday. That's why there's no podcast. Sorry about that. I didn't realize until after my VA had left for the weekend and therefore we couldn't put it on. So yeah, I'll republish. I'll re-record that again and publish it this week. But basically, it's all about simplifying things. And we can simplify the quote process. If you are hiding your information, your prices behind the information wall, then what you can do is simplify the process so much, simplify the information just to have the basics, because you only need the name, you only need a telephone number, and you only need an email address. You don't need any more than that. But ideally, you'd like more than that. But the more information you get, the better it might be for your data, but the less people will fill out that form. You will have more people not incompleting that form and not giving you details because you've asked for more information. Right, amount of square foot moved in was 685. Oh my God. I went to another tangent. See where my brain just goes. It's just like, I can't focus on one thing. I'm like, really quick. I went to Ninja Warriors over the weekend in York. And it's basically like a Ninja Warriors course with the kids. And I did the handlebars, the monkey bars. And oh my God, I'm recording this on Monday. That was Saturday. And I'm still in pain. I'm still in pain with my stomach now. And all I did it once. And I'm like, bloody hell, it really hurts. It's great. I love it. All right. Square foot moved in, 685. Why do I do that? Why do I go off on a tangent about something different? And I know I'm talking like I'm happy about it, but it happens in all my life. I'll be talking to somebody and all of a sudden I start thinking about something completely random. And I have no idea what that person said. Anyway, right. I've just done it again. Right. Square foot moved in, 685. I said that 3 times now. Square foot moved out. Do you know what? In all seriousness, this is where you do get a little bit worried. 1,400 square foot moved out. We're already 800 square foot down for the month. We lost 2,000 square foot in January. We had a bad December. Only 3 months ago, we had the most occupancy, the highest net square foot we've ever had in Stormore, and now in Willerby. And now we're just losing square footage all the time. And it is concerning. It is worrying. And so I've gone into a deep dive exactly on the newsletter, mrselfstorage.com. I've gone into that. And by the way, another spelling of it is mrselfstorage.com. So same letters, but space different places, and it's called mrselfstorage.com. So it's mrselfstorage.com or mrselfstorage.com, whichever one you want to put it in, and you will find me. And so yeah, we've done a deep dive into the weekly figures, my thoughts about it, and ultimately I'd be more concerned if we wasn't getting website visitors. We are getting website visitors, I think 324 last week, somewhere on there. And that's good. That's going up. That's increasing. So that's a good sign. People are actually searching for self-storage and people are finding our website. The bad side is that people are moving out. So if I focus just on the bad side of thinking, holy shit, this is bad, but it looks like we're going to get the movements. It looks like we're going to be busy. We're still going to continue to be busy, which is good because you don't want to obviously lose square footage and not replace that square footage. So I'm hoping that that's an indicator into us having a better summer and gaining the square footage we've lost. Because at the minute, I know other self-storages who are losing occupancy as well. It's a trend across the nation, and it's a trend in America as well. And so maybe we're going to have a few years where the occupancy levels aren't as high. The average occupancy kept increasing, and maybe now it's going to have to be low 80s or 80 is where the national average is. We're currently at the minute 73%. And so, yeah, it is worrying, but the signals and signs that people are still wanting self-storage. I mean, we had 18 reservations across the two sites, Stormore sites, last week, which was really, really good. Right, so we lost 1,400 square foot. So that means net loss was 715 square foot. 715 square foot. And you know what? This week, it says next week on the figures because obviously the figures were done Sunday. So this week, we are going to lose. Again, it's saying we're going to lose around about the same. Excuse me. So ultimately this week, the goal is to be net and not have a net loss, whether it be scratch even or whether it be a small profit. That is the aim. Right. So we've got 317 internal rooms. We lost 18. We gained 8. So total occupancy is 317. We gained 1 container. That is a growth area we can do. We can maybe put down the prices of our containers because our containers, we've got quite a few spare now. So 39 containers. Car parking spaces, we've still only got 3. Occupancy, we've already said, 73.14%. Average sales per move-in was £42.23. That's merchandise sales. That's pretty good. A positive sign here is that we sold £45,000 worth of insurance. So that was $6,400 average insurance sold for the week per customer. So that is good. Anything over 6,000 is brilliant. Happy with that. It is a small sample size, so let's not get too excited. Amount of move-ins due next week. One move-in due next week for 100 square foot. Amount of move-outs due. 7 for 820 square foot. Oh la la. Ah. So yeah, a bit upsetting there. But one thing for Google Analytics, I think it was 324. It's on the newsletter. I'll tell you what. Let's have a look. See if I can get the newsletter up because I sent it to myself. Here we go. I'll tell you exactly what it is because I've made a note of it here. Yeah. Oh, 364 visitors, and there was 18 reservations. So that means that we are converting from top of funnel, so website visitors, to reservations. We're converting at 4.9% last week, which is really, really good. Really good. Really good. Really good. There you go. Say it 3 times or even 4 times. I don't know. Right. Revenue last week. What did we do? We've got 4 sites now to look at. We took £30,028.06 for all 4 sites. Excuse me. So Wrexham took £2,296.91. It's really, really difficult, the revenue at Wrexham. We have a very professional and, if you like to call it, aggressive way of getting money off people because we just continuously call them all the time. We call them. It's my money. You owe me it. I want it. And so we've got a good debt procedure. Wrexham's debt procedure is if they pay, they pay. If they don't, they don't, which is brilliant. It worked for them. By all means, I am not saying that it's a bad system for somebody because it's whatever works for you. They was under the impression that, listen, if I haven't got the money, I can't get it. I can't get it. So if we get it, we get it. If I pay 50 quid off a bill, I pay 50 quid off a bill. And that's great. And it worked for them because it was less hassle for them. They didn't want to chase people. It was a lifestyle business. This isn't a lifestyle business. This is the professional business that we run. And so the customers are going to have a massive change. It's going to be massive because we obviously want to collect the money that's owed to us. But the customers have been used to, for 15 years, paying when they like and paying what they like. They don't really get chased or anything. So, yeah, it's going to be a big, big change for Wrexham customers. But it's got to be done. And like I said, the reason why we got it so cheap and the reason why it's a good added value strategy for us is because there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do on it, but we don't mind putting in the work because hopefully we can see a journey, a transformation to 6-figure profit. So it's got to be the first aim is to make 100 grand plus from Wrexham per year, and we've got to do that within 2 years. because we want the site to be paid off within 2 years. And yeah, so that's the idea. And it's going to be a big change. It's going to be hard. We're going to lose customers, but we're going to document the whole process here, because the question is, do you put everyone's price up straight away, or do you do it slowly but surely? You know, what do you do? Do you rip the Band-Aid off and upset everybody? What do you do? Wrexham, they was giving a percentage discount. It changed for different customers for some reason. If you paid up to 5 days late, you got a discount, and that's not happening anymore with us. So the customers are going to be upset with that. Obviously, some people haven't had an increase for many, many, many years. All of a sudden, they get an increase. They don't get discount paid on time. And so, yeah, what do we do? How do we make sure the transition from the old business to the new business is as seamless as possible? Now, I've got coaching from AJ Osborne on this. I know exactly his playbook. I know what he does. And there's blood in the water. People get mad. People get upset. And again, he is probably more professional as in me than me, because he just does it straight away and bang, he'll put up the prices 100% sometimes. Maybe I'm a little bit more like the previous owners, where I think about if I can afford it, what's the impact, how people are going to be upset, the impact on the staff because they're going to get moaned at. And so he's probably more professional than me on it. And we're probably more like AJ, but I'm still concerned what's going to happen when we rip the bandage off. So yeah, I'm going to document the whole process and let you know exactly what's happening with it, because either way, it's going to be interesting and we will learn. We don't fail, we always learn. Right, Clough Road took £4,980.54. Beverley took £2,850.77. No bounce direct debits at Beverley, and only £204 bounce direct debits at Willerby, which is good. Willerby took £19,899.84. So we took over the £30,000 mark last week, which is pretty goddamn good. Right, my friends, tomorrow I will be talking about Clough Road. Clough Road, by the way, seems to be doing a lot better at the minute, and certainly a lot better than bloody Willerby. Who knows? It might even surpass the occupancy levels. Right, I've been talking for too long. I love you. I appreciate you. And do not forget to sign up, please. Sign up to MrSelfStorage.com. It's my new baby. I love it. And yeah, it's going to be a community for us all there. I've got big plans for a Discord group. And yeah, it's going to be a community where we can all chat and stuff. And who knows, we might be having events and all sorts. So there's loads of possibilities there, depending on how successful it is, how many people join. But at the minute, we've got open rates of 80%, 70%, some are 70, some are 80. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. So that means people are hopefully liking it. And if you are subscribed, I will reply to every single goddamn email, because it's something that I'm passionate about now. So please let me know what I can do better. Let me know what I'm not doing well at. Let me know what you think of a newsletter. How can it improve? What do you like seeing? What do you look at, first of all, when you first see it? What is important to you? Because we've got loads of different things that we talk about. We talk about industry news, thought of the day, steps. We've got my step count. We've got all my figures as well. So any of that, let me know your thoughts. Which is more important to you, because we'll do more of that. And obviously revenue as well. I'll start including true period revenue as well, probably this week, so people can see the revenue side of it. Right, my friends, that's it. I'm going to go. I'm going to speak to you later. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.